I'm not sure if it's good news or bad news that they're more enamoured by the annex than the house. Time to find out how much they think the whole lot is worth. So let's talk money. What do you reckon all this is on the market for?
I'm going to be a bit cheeky because I think it's still a semi-detached house. There's still some work you could do to it, so I'm going to say 645,000.
Okay.
Well, even more cheeky than you, really. I was going to slightly less than that. About 625,000.
Okay. This could be a little bit of an eye-opener for you, I think.
Yes.
You're in the Cotswolds. It's a big house. 700,000.
Gosh. Wow. I think probably that's a premium price because you're paying for this setting and the views. Yeah. But I think we're going to have a think now about what we
and look at these things.
Look at things.
I think you should just go and have another look around. I'll be by the back door.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
No problem. We heard potential and possibility a lot. I wonder what that means. Does it mean potential or possibility, or does it mean that they really don't like the property? Only time will tell. On the market at £700,000, this house with stunning views leaves them with £50,000 spare for Andrew's project. All in all, it has a large kitchen diner, 3 bedrooms, a spacious garden, enough for the chickens of course, and an outbuilding which offers Andrew scope to develop into a holiday let.
I thought the outside of the house was very attractive, but was slightly disappointed when I learnt that it was a semi-detached house. The location's absolutely perfect, beautiful views, a mile down a footpath into that wonderful town. The location is perfect.
With regard to the outbuildings, I think the outbuildings are good space. If you wanted to convert it to lettable space or rented accommodation, then we need to convert it, which I think you could do reasonably easy. So that's something which we would look at seriously.
I just thought I'd help them out with a bit of gardening.
I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
Seen enough?
Yes, we have.
Well, listen, the rain's on its way, I think, so we'll jump in the car and onward.
Lovely.
Let's go. Lying on the edge of the Cotswolds, close to where the River Severn meets the River Avon, is the medieval town of Tewkesbury. It's a warren of delightful narrow alleyways running between black and white timber-framed buildings. And it's dominated by its 12th century abbey, which boasts the largest Norman church tower in existence, measuring 14 metres square and 45 metres high. Earlier in the week, we sent Andrew and keen cook Brenda to the abbey grounds to meet Robin Ritchie, who's responsible for reviving traditional Tewkesbury mustard production here in the town.
Now this is mustard growing wild.
Right.
The flowers aren't open yet, but they will by August form pods, a bit like small peas, and the little seeds that would then be crushed by the women of Tewkesbury with a cannonball.
Gosh, they must have been strong women.
We shall see how strong you are.
There's a record of every cottage in the town having its own cannonball for the making of this local mustard. And the mustard house in the centre of town was where it was held before being distributed throughout the country. Tewkesbury mustard dates back to medieval times and even gets a mention in Shakespeare's Henry IV. Now Robin's going to show our buyers how it was made. Its unique selling point was that it was sold in the form of balls. Mustard balls to you and me.
This is what we're going to be making. That is a genuine Tewkesbury mustard ball.
But what was the idea of making them like this? Was it a way to dry them, to preserve them, or made it easier to transport them?
It was purely for transport. You could pop it in your pocket, and when you went to an inn, you could pull it out, cut off a slice, reconstitute it with your beer, and then pop it on your meat and eat it. The inclusion of horseradish is the defining ingredient nowadays for Tewkesbury mustard. But in medieval times, right up to the 19th century, Tewkesbury mustard was only ever sold as balls, never in jars.
Never in jars.
While Andrew starts by grating the horseradish, Brenda will be doing the traditional woman's job, which was crushing the mustard seeds by using an iron mortar, with this cannonball doing the work of a pestle.
So the mustard seeds actually change colour once they've split, don't
Well,
they?
you're breaking the husk, and the inside is yellow.
And then you must sieve it, do you, afterwards, and just take the powder out and leave the husks behind?
Once it's been sieved, it needs to be crushed several more times to refine it. This results in the bright yellow powder that Robin's already prepared. It then gets mixed into balls using the horseradish and some local cider.
Lovely.
It's making my eyes
Excellent
water.
job. Now we have to divide it up, and traditionally they would be the size of hen's eggs.
Right.
I make them the size of snooker balls. And that is genuine Tewkesbury mustard.
Right.
A mustard ball as Shakespeare would have known it.
To serve, just slice the mustard ball and mix it with some more cider before eating with ham.
Is that hot enough for a spice lower?
Very nice.
It's very hot.
Once served covered in gold leaf to Henry VIII, the mustard ball lost its popularity in the 19th century with the advent of a new production process developed by a certain Coleman of Norwich. And the only place it can be found today is here in Tewkesbury. But now we've spiced up their lives with this traditional dish, it's time to head back to our search for Andrew and Brenda's dream home in the Cotswolds. For our second house, we've travelled towards South Gloucestershire to the village of Tresham, a couple of miles southeast of Wootton under Edge. Deep in farming country, Tresham is close to the footpath called the Monarch Way, a 615-mile-long trail from Worcester to Shoreham-on-Sea. It has plenty of gorgeous scenery, but you have to go to Wootton under Edge for the nearest shop. Set in 2/3 of an acre of land, our second property is a former corn barn that dates back some 200 years. It was actually converted around 20 years ago, and it's safe to say it certainly has an impressive approach. Well, I don't know about you, but I could do with a lie down after walking up what could be your drive.
I know, lovely, isn't it?
nice.
Very nice.
You probably gather there's a bit more land with this.
Yes,
Much nicer
just like it.
looking as well.
This is it.
Very nice.
Yes. Yeah, it's nice in proportion.
So first impressions you like?
Yes,
Yes.
very much so.
Should we have a look?
Yes,
please.
Come on.
Let's-
Well, who could resist the allure of this fantastic conversion? I'm hoping the beautifully crafted inside will get their pulses racing. Come on in.
This is nice.
Yeah?
Yep, very
Those
nice.
eyes darting around
Trying
everywhere.
to catch everything.
Got the wow factor for you?
It is almost a wow, actually,
Yes,
because it's not what you expect when you come through the front door, so... Oh, sorry,
Almost a wow. Almost a wow. What have I got to show you?
She's a hard one to please.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah.
Please.
Brenda might be hard to please, but I'm hoping the next room will come up to scratch.
That's a nice bright light kitchen,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah. Well fitted out.
It is well fitted. Room for
Yeah,
a range.
Very nice.
No,
Is it big enough for you?
It's probably smaller than I envisaged, but
Just behind us, there's a really good sized utility room and downstairs loo.
Right.
Utility's got all, the washer,
So
the dryer, the
you've got
lot,
all of
all that out the way.
that's not in the
So
kitchen.
this is just
so
the
that's
kitchen.
good.
I like the idea of this.
Yeah, that's nice.
The island with the
Breakfast
little sort
bar.
of breakfast bar, yeah.
Yes.
Works.
Yes, I presume there's a dining room somewhere else. is
Oh, I
there?
tell you what, she's quick, isn't she? Eh?
Her demands.
Do you know where the dining room is?
No.
Next door. Well, the kitchen just about squeaked through under Brenda's critical eye, I think. Can the rest of the downstairs meet her rather exacting standards? Lovely dining room.
That's a nice dining room.
Yep. Good size.
And then,
Oh, a lovely room.
Isn't it just?
It is. And a wood burner as... Oh, what a gorgeous
gas, actually.
fireplace. Look. Oh, is
Oh,
it
right.
gas?
gas, yeah, gas effect.
That's nice.
Look at that
fireplace.
lovely stone fireplace.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful, yes.
Fits very well.
Very nice
love the
room.
curve.
Quality.
What a curve in the wall.
Just opens up, especially from, here, you look down that hallway up to
Yes.
the stairs.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
No,
It's very
definitely
nice,
inside.
and a lovely view down the garden and beyond.
Yeah. I'm delighted that you like it so far. We should head upstairs.
Yep.
Follow me. So things are hotting up downstairs at last, thanks to that lovely fireplace. And now we're going to see what the first floor has to offer. Off a fabulously light and spacious landing area, there's a bright double guest bedroom with windows on two sides. A single room currently being used as a study, and a large modern family bathroom. But I'm going to show them where they could be sleeping. And the master bedroom.
Oh, that's the master bedroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good size, isn't it?
It is
size,
lovely
yeah.
size. Those double wardrobes
A
here.
proper master bedroom.
And is that a little ensuite down
It's
the
not
end?
a little one, no, it's
Is
a
it
pretty
not?
big one.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's good
Oh,
size.
Lovely.
well,
No, this is a very nice room again.
yes.
So you can imagine yourself here.
Definitely
yeah.
can imagine myself here.
So we seem to have cracked it with the bedrooms, and there's more sleeping space up on the second floor of this property. Alongside a useful storage area, there's a generously sized room which is currently being used as an office. And an immaculate twin room, which could be perfect for visiting friends and family. Next door, there's also a shower room. So with more than enough space inside, what about outside? Well, as I mentioned, the plot is 2/3 of an acre, but it's also beautifully tended and landscaped with mature shrubs and trees, as well as enough room to keep those chickens.
And what a garden, yes. Very attractive.
So, one thing you haven't talked about.
The holiday let.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one, no, this is a house to make you happy.
Right.
What about me?
Sorry to let you down. But whether you can do without that, I don't know.
Well, that's something we'll have to think about, isn't
we'll
it?
discuss about that.
Should we talk money?
Yes.
What do you reckon it's on the market for?
I'm going to go for 725,000.
£725,000. How about you?
I'm going to go a bit higher because I think it's probably towards the top end of our budget. I'm going to go 740.
740,000. You're closer.
Am I?
Yeah, it is top end budget.
750.
750.
Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
It is a lovely house. I could, you can imagine yourself living in there, can't you?
Oh, you're saying all the right things. Did I just hear you say, you can imagine yourself?
Yes, I
you didn't say, I can imagine. You said, you can imagine yourself living in there. Are you trying to persuade him?
On our own.
No, I think you felt the same,
Yes.
didn't you?
Oh,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah. Compared with the other place.
Yes,
Most
yeah.
certainly this is much
nicer.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We'll go back in. Go and have another look around. I'll be out the front somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, lovely,
We'll
thank
see you
you.
later.
See you later. So right at the top of their budget at £750,000, this house doesn't offer an obvious project for Andrew, but it has everything else our buyers are after. There's a generously sized living space, a large kitchen diner, 5 bedrooms, one of which could be used for Brenda's quilt making, and 2/3 of an acre of land for them and the chickens.
Alad's obviously shown us this house aimed at what I wanted from a property, and he's got it just right. I don't know how Andrew would cope with not having a project to do, so that's something we'd have to discuss, and one of us will have to compromise over that.
The lack of a project and outbuildings for me is a real negative, and I would feel disappointed really not having something to do.
So I reckon if Brenda comes out first, they like the house. If it's Andrew... Just said that if you came out first, I reckon you'd like the house, and if not, then there was no hope of you moving in. She came out first, so it's good.
Right,
She's always in charge.
This has been a busy day. I think we should head back and regroup and start again tomorrow.
Lovely.
As dusk falls over the beautiful Cotswold countryside, it marks the end of a day of contrasts in our property search. Recently retired Andrew and Brenda are free as birds since their daughters left home and are seeking a move from the West Sussex town of Horsham to a dream home in the Cotswolds, preferably with a project for Andrew to get his teeth into. So far they've both been stunned by the panoramic views at a pretty semi-detached, while our second property could be the perfect home, at least for Brenda. But coming up, could the mystery house give them both what they want?
You could do something with this.
Could. Well, you could.
And I find out just what the Romans did for us at a villa here in the Cotswolds. It's a brand new day and we're here in the Cotswolds with Brenda and Andrew looking for their dream property. Well, Brenda really seemed to like yesterday's second house, the one we chose specifically with her in mind. And Andrew, bless his heart, dutifully followed suit, even though there wasn't a project for him to get involved with. So today I think we should spoil Andrew. Bring on the mystery property, which is in Gloucestershire, and it's a house where he can definitely get his hands dirty. I wonder how Brenda will react. So what about the mystery property? What would you like it to be?
I'd still like it to be a beautiful home with a stable block or an old building in the garden that Andrew could convert, but you're probably going to show us a brand new house.
You reckon? Okay.
I think it's going to be a set of derelict buildings. Give me a real project to get my teeth into.
And how would you feel about that?
Oh, I wouldn't mind.
And I'd have to give in, I should imagine, yes.